All right, it's his first year in the Big 12. It is Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, and the Colorado Buffaloes, and they took the country by storm last year. I don't know if that media hype is going to be quite this big this year, but they are in a bigger conference right now, a conference that's still alive at this point. What are your expectations for Colorado this year in the Big 12?
You know, I don't get paid to blow hot air up people's skirts. I know that Arizona State's going to be bad next year. I'll say it. That's fine. Like, why would you be so crass about a team in your conference that locked on Big 12? I don't care. Colorado, I'm not trying to make a scene here, is going to a bowl game. And it's time to start telling your kids about 5-1, 4-1 Colorado going into their bye and being the talk of college football once again. They've revamped the offensive line. The defense is even crisper this year, especially in the secondary. Shedeur Sanders may be the best quarterback in the country. There are murmurs of him being on the cover of EA Sports college football game. You got to be a pretty damn good quarterback to get that distinction. So they've got the pieces there. Do I believe there is continuity enough in the offensive line to be elite? Absolutely not. But they've got the most talented roster in the Big 12. Their schedule early on, North Dakota State. Tough win, but a fun win. Nebraska. Matt Rule's the king of going 7-5 in his second season. They should win that one. I've got Colorado beating Baylor in a Big 12 conference game, as well as the Buffs beating Colorado State on the road. I see them on a hot start again. And like we saw with TCU last year, everybody in the world will talk about Deion Sanders, who is being underrated of all things going into 2024.
He'd come to Orlando, which is about their stadium's about an hour and a half from me, and I am skipping the road trip to SMU to go to Orlando and see that because I got to go see it in person. So, and that's another winnable game early. Now, I think UCF is on the right track. I think they're going the right way. The bounce house gets crazy, but I mean they could win that one. They could win a lot of games early. It sets up well, and that's what they played well down the stretch. They couldn't block a soul. They couldn't block near you. No. So if the offensive line is just marginally better, the talent around Shedeur is really good. And we know Shedeur is really, really a good quarterback who takes care of the ball. If the defense, which did play better down the stretch, they got some portal pieces, Okunlula. I think they can be, if they just are a little bit better. They finished the year, outside of the game that Shedeur got hurt in, that was just kind of a train wreck. They finished the year like losing a bunch of one-score games that they were really close in. If they can just be a little bit better. They remind me of a team that, are they going 12-0? Probably not, right? Can they get to 8 wins? Could they get to 9 wins? If they start out really hot at 4-1, 5-1, absolutely. I mean, and I don't know. You better not let them flirt with like 9-3 because that would be a team that the playoff committee would like to elevate into for ratings. And, I could certainly go on a tangent on what they will do for politics.
Have you seen the ratings? I mean, you look at any Pac-12 game last year. It's just called, like the bar chart's great because Colorado is just doubling everybody when they play is appointment television. And again, look, North Dakota State, Nebraska, Colorado State, Baylor, UCF. 4-1 in that is not a lot to ask for. And when that happens, you turn on SportsCenter and it's Deion's face once again.
Yeah, 100%. The fever pitch will be all the way back. Again, doing it against the Big 12 now, although the Pac-12 had a good year last year, but I think you kind of knew like it was on its way out. And like I said, don't let him be around 9-3 because I think the playoff committee, I obviously have my opinions about them being political because of who I cheer for. But yeah, I think there's a good chance that they would try their best to sneak him in. All right, let's say he does go off and have a really good year, and 8-win, 9-win year. Is he in the Big 12 the year after that? Does somebody in the Power 2 come snatch him pretty quickly?
I think that Shedeur, if it solely depends on his son. I mean, we've seen that he wants to coach Shedeur wherever Shedeur goes. That has been the roadmap in essence for Deion. And the conversations of, well, can he stick it out for a few years at Colorado and build them into a national powerhouse? I'm not sure if he's interested or invested in that because he doesn't have to be. This isn't a like Willie Fritz. If you hire Willie Fritz to your program, he's got to go prove it. Deion doesn't. In a 4-8 campaign, we were still only talking about Deion. So does he need to stay at Colorado? No. And I can only imagine that every Power 2 school that has the means to do so will be throwing buckets of money to bring Deion Sanders in. It makes me think if Arkansas fires Sam Pittman next year, very likely, to have John Calipari in basketball and Deion Sanders in football. You're telling me the guys at Tyson and Walmart and JB Hunt won't be just drooling over that? I don't think Deion Sanders is. I will give you all your roses for 2024, but I don't see him being in the Big 12 in 2025.
My goodness.
Dude, you just chills thinking about it.
And obviously that's like shocking news, but I hadn't really thought of that yet. But yeah, Sam Pittman should have gotten fired last year.
Right.
If that comes open, Deion in the SEC would be, oh my goodness. I'm like getting goosebumps. Like up and
in Arkansas, too, it's one of those schools that's got kind of a moxie to it. They've got some flash on the national scale. Right. Blue collar still. They got a beautiful mixture of those two things and a ton of Texas kids that go there. Just a Saturday in Fayetteville where the football team plays at 11, basketball team plays at 7. Whoa. Fire those folks up.
Shedeur Heisman chances is all just kind of come down to them winning because he's going to get more hype than everyone else. And Jaden Daniels just won it at 9-3.
Right. Look at like a Robert Griffin III when he won it at Baylor, and I think they went to the Alamo Bowl. It could be one of those scenarios. The only problem is you look at the quarterback like a Jackson Dart. I wouldn't be shocked if he just comes out and has an unreal season with Lane Kiffin.
11-1.
There are too many really good quarterbacks. This is a great quarterback class across the country. And I think there are 10 different guys that you kind of look over and think, oh, well, that guy could do, Kansas or Washington State or, Cam Rising still hanging around here. So I'm not sure if I can buy into it yet, but there's no reason he shouldn't go to New York. There's no reason with that talent and in the Big 12 that he shouldn't be in New York.
Yeah, put up a lot of points, have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
Drake, I appreciate you for joining us quickly. Where can people find your work, follow you for more, not only Colorado, but all of the Big 12 content?
Locked On Big 12 at LOB12 on Twitter or wherever you get your podcast, and specifically on YouTube. Every day we're talking Big 12 action, expansion, specifically expansion right now, as well as spring football. Locked On Big 12. That was an invigorating conversation with TJ Pittenger, who I like a lot. Come back on Monday. This has been Always Will Be Locked On. Thanks for making it your first listen every single day. Dose Grande.